Hi everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Quarter Racing Update at Remington Park. I'm Dale Day. Another huge weekend set. Good news, weather's cleared, so we're going to have nicer weather for this weekend here at Remington Park. The first weekend into April. After 3 straight days of rain, skies have cleared off, and we're expecting beautiful weather for a couple of different big events. 2 days worth or 2 nights worth of trials for the $720,000 Remington Park Futurity. 5 fastest from Friday night and Saturday night qualifying move on to the April 20th final. Then, of course, we'll have trials as well on Sunday for the Remington Park Derby. That one also for the Oklahoma Breds. In addition to those key trial races over 3 days and nights, we have a couple of big stakes races for you this weekend. Saturday night, the Mr. Jetmore Stakes is for Oklahoma Breds. And then for the first time this season, we'll have our stakes racing around the turn. Our 870-yard stakes series gets underway on Sunday afternoon with the renewal of the Valley Handicap, which features a very solid field, including a past champion of the race and AQHA divisional champion.
Feature Race Spotlight, brought to you by Oklahoma Equine Hospital.
Let's take a look now at the Valley Handicap at 870 yards. It's on Sunday afternoon, and again, one of the major distance races of the season, a series of 3 overall here at Remington Park. In the Valley, Decketta Oki will be the even money morning line favorite in the field of 8, and he's rightfully so deserving of that stature for his last 2 and 3 years, not only here at Remington Park, but overall nationally. Decketta Oki, a 2-time AQHA divisional champion for distance runners, and a multiple past winner of the Valley Handicap, including last year's role in 2012. However, Decketta Oki has struggled a bit and has also lightly raced since last year. He has not won a race since winning here at Remington Park in the Remington Park Distance Handicap at the end of the season in 2012. He did have one race at Will Rogers Downs last year where he crossed the finish first, but he was disqualified and placed at the back of the pack. So we'll see how Decketta Oki reacts coming back to action here at Remington Park, trying to win the Valley Handicap once again. Another in the race, Call Her Hero. Now, Call Her Hero will be ridden by Stormy Smith. The Call Her Hero accomplished as well. 4 races, 4 wins out of 10 lifetime. This is Call Her Hero getting set out of the barn of trainer Charlton Hunt. Over $53,000 in the total bankroll for Call Her Hero, a 4-year-old mare taking on some of the top distance runners we've seen here in recent years, and the mares trying to knock off the males in a major stakes race. So we'll see what happens with Call Her Hero coming up on Sunday afternoon. We'll also take a look at Doc's Dusty Oki, who's had a very solid career, but was very quiet. Actually, having only 1 start last year, Doc's Dusty Oki burst onto the distance scene, winning long stretch races 2 years ago in 2011. But in 2012, only had 1 start, taking an effort in the SL and Big Daddy Stakes at 550 yards and not faring well there at all, finishing 8th in a field of 10. Cris Estrada is the trainer of Doc's Dusty Oki, owned by Dusty Rose Ranch here from Oklahoma City. Cristino, thanks for joining us this week on the show. You've got the training honors for Doc's Dusty Oki, a long layoff, only 1 start last year. Get us up to date on his status as far as his health and where he is in his training.
He's been conditioning excellent, and we're really looking forward to the Valley Handicap. It's always tough to come off a long layoff like that and compete against such good bred horses that have ran so tough. But we've got him as fit as we can get him, and he's been training everything we ask. He's responded, hungry, bucking, playing, and we're really looking forward to campaigning him this year.
Well, and he's a runner that showed a great penchant on the long stretch runs here a couple of years back with the track record he still has at 550. On the turn, he's had 4 out of 5 in the money there, but against the likes of what he's about to face on Sunday, was this what you wanted for his first out, or were you hoping maybe some other path before you got to the 870 Stakes?
No, we've conditioned him, and ever since we got him back up this year, we've been on schedule, and we're right where we want to be.
Now, the only few races after he left Remington Park a couple years back, he was kind of on the road. Went to Tulsa, Will Rogers, and then he earned his way into the race out of Los Alamitos, the distance championship for the Challenge Series. Didn't fare well there, but then came back and ran the 1 start here last year. How much time off did he need to get before you're ready to bring him back?
Well, there's kind of a story behind the horse. Monty Brooks had been training him, and Monty Brooks fell ill, and Dusty Rose Ranch chose us to take over the training. We went over him and evaluated him, and seen that he had some problems that we needed to take care of. We took care of them, gave him the time off, and wanted to give him more time off than he needed to refresh him, and now he's back, and we're going to campaign him.
Well, and he's only 6. And distance runners tend to go a lot longer in their racing careers than some that just go the 300 to 400 yard route. So was that one of the factors in your decision on layoff? Absolutely.
And another thing, the horse he's in good shape. He's just started running distance races here late in his career and done very well. So we think he's one of the best 870 horses in the country if he comes back. That's what we're hoping.
Now, when the opportunity came to you to train this horse, but some others, I'm sure, for Dusty Rose Ranch, what were you thinking? What was your reaction to that?
I was honored and felt blessed. We had already had a relationship with him. My dad had worked for Monty Brooks for many years and actually took care of Doc Dustioki when he won the Red Cell division in Claremore, Oklahoma. And so we were familiar with the horse. We already knew him, and it was just kind of fell in place. So.
Well, we've talked about Doc Dustioki. Tell us about some of the other runners in your care right now and your thoughts for the rest of the season.
We have another 3-year-old that Dusty Cato for Dusty Rose Ranch, which has had a tough 2-year-old year. He finally won at the end of the meet, and we got to run him here the other day, and he fell down and jumped back up and went to the front and got tired. But we really think this horse is a really outstanding horse, and I'm looking forward to running him back again and him showing his full potential and maybe paying him up in some derbies.
Okay, so that's one for possible derbies. Anything on the 2-year-old front we should look for?
No, not right now, unless something just really jumps out, which that can happen, and I hope it does, but as of right now, no.
Well, you got about 30 days left to go, so maybe something will jump up for
yes,
some of these
you never know.
opportunities for this season.
Never know.
Well, thank you very much for spending some time.
Thank you very much, sir.
Doc Dustioki.
Yes, sir.
One of the competitors in the Pauls Valley Handicap coming up on Sunday, a $50,000 race. Again, we have some of the top distance stakes races in the country right here at Remington Park. This is the first of 3 major ones on the calendar this season, so make your plans to come out and enjoy what hopefully will be a nice Sunday afternoon again, our second one in a row, weather-wise, and with the racing on the track as well. We'll take a time out and come back with more in a moment here on the Quarter Racing Update.
Oklahoma Equine Hospital, with rehab facilities that include an underwater treadmill and cold saltwater spa. 2 locations just off I-35 at Oswald Road and Ladd Road. Quarter Racing Update Remington Park is brought to you by the Oklahoma Quarter Horse Racing Association, Speed Horse Magazine, Juniors of Oklahoma City, by Racing Free, and by Oklahoma Equine Hospital.
An official representative for horsemen in the state, the OQHRA administers race, benevolence, and scholarship programs, all to better the state of racing in the state of Oklahoma. Visit OQHRA.com.
Speed Horse Magazine, the industry's most widely read and respected magazine. Complete coverage of quarter horse racing and industry events. Sponsor of the Speed Horse Race Series. Visit speedhorse.com.
Racing Free is dedicated to acknowledging and rewarding the great people in racing who are racing free. In an effort to eliminate the use of performance-enhancing drugs, Racing Free offers incentives for all industry participants. Visit racingfree.com. Time now for the Juniors of Oklahoma City Highlights Recap. Saturday, March 30th at Remington Park, the Grade 3 Decketta Stakes, fillies and mares 3 and up, going 350 yards. The track record holder at that distance, number 5, Cruisin' the Wagon, held most of the public's interest in the race, Stormy Smith in the saddle. The 3-horse, Corona Might Go, winner of 5 of her last 6 races, including the Altoona Derby. Cody Jensen had the ride. A nice entry here from the Clint Crawford stable. Number 1, Send Candy Power, winner of the Fort Erie Derby, gives her handler a little love tap here. Boom. And Candy Cartel, number 1A, who won the 2012 edition of the Decketta Stakes. Jockey Ivan Carnero, with only 3 lifetime wins, had the call on number 9, Black Rosalita. RP track announcer Dale Day.
They're off in the Decketta Stakes. Away well. I'm a Special Candy, battling for the front early with Cool Wave. Cruisin' the Wagon is right there. Coming off from the outside, Black Rosalita also in the mix. It's Cruisin' the Wagon. Black Rosalita surges to the front. Cruisin' the Wagon trying to chase Black Rosalita outside. Black Rosalita will win the Decketta over Cruisin' the Wagon by a neck.
Black Rosalita with Ivan Carnero in the irons gets up in the final strides to take the Decketta Stakes over Cris in the Wagon. Cool Wave ran third. Conditioned by Luz Chavera, Black Rosalita got a 94 speed index for her time of 17.431 seconds. She was bred in Maryland by her owner, Dr. Francis Glowacki 97 Trust. Ivan Carnero making his fourth win, a huge one, aboard Decketta Stakes winner Black Rosalita. To the Grade 1 $100,000 Leo Stakes, another talented field here in this one at 400 yards, including number 4, Just Lift, the largest horse we've seen here at the meet at Remington Park. Multiple graded stakes placed Just Lifts had David Pignon aboard. His stablemate, the 3-horse, A Toss-Up, trained by Eddie Willis, Jimmy Brooks, the jockey. Number 6, The Long Knife, winner of last year's Lone Star Derby, had G.R. Carter in the saddle. And the 14-1 outsider, number 9, First in Class DBS, would shake them all up in Saturday's feature event.
They're off the Leo Stakes. First Class DBS away sharply, likewise for the Long Knife. Also out well, Just Lips in between runners, First Class Fred right there. A toss-up trying to maintain. The Long Knife puts it head in front now. It's the Long Knife just ahead of Just Lips. Farther out, here comes First Class DBS rolling, trying to get past the Long Knife. First Class DBS outside First Class DBS by a bobbing head.
With Roy Valdez in the saddle, First in Class DBS wins the Leo by a neck over the Long Knife. Just Lips, another head back in the show spot. First in Class DBS, a California bred owned by Andrew Smith of Ardmore, Oklahoma. The winner is trained by Luis Villafranco, who dealt with several issues with the lightly raced 4-year-old, but after gelding him last fall, it looked to Villafranco like he may finally be a runner.
I said, maybe they change this horse. And sure not, we brought him for rid also here to Will Rogers at Claymore. This horse is winning 2 in a row and just looking good, So I mean, he's got class, just that he didn't want to run the stud,
First in Class DBS shows his class in the 2013 Leo Stakes while earning a berth in the Grade 1 Remington Park Invitational Championship later in the meet. Juniors, Oklahoma City's ultimate dining experience since 1973.
Now, we're only about 1/3 in this 2013 American Quarter Horse and Mixed Breed season at Remington Park, and already, just like last year, a very popular stallion name continues to appear almost over and over throughout each and every race night and in stakes events. Into the winner's circle here at Remington Park. That is the name of PYC Paint Your Wagon, a past stakes winner and Remington Park Derby winner. He has become one of the standout stallions in Oklahoma racing.
He first gained prominence in Oklahoma racing with his win in the 2006 Heritage Place Derby.
Streaking PYC Paint Your Wagon in the Heritage Place Derby.
But it's his sudden impact as a young sire, particularly last year at Remington Park, that have racing fans keeping an eye on sons and daughters of PYC Paint Your Wagon.
A son of Corona Cartel and the Strawfly Special Mare Dashin' Follies, PYC Paint Your Wagon resides at Royal Vista Ranch in Wayne, Oklahoma. From his first crop to race in 2010 came the filly First Painted Sign, winner of the Grade 2 Oklahoma Futurity. Early in her conditioning, trainer Stacy Capps knew she had something very special.
Did everything right, never screwed up, never tried to do anything wrong, just always wanted to do right. So she was definitely one that a trainer loves because they make you look good.
That same year, a son of PYC Paint Your Wagon turned some heads. Freight Train B won 2 graded stakes and became his sire's all-time leading money earner. The sport's leading sire by money won. And it all started on Remington Park's opening weekend when Paint a Famous Candy won the mighty Deck 3 handicap. 2 weeks later, Cris in the Wagon took the Oklahoma Derby, the beginning of a stellar 2012 campaign. The filly would go on to break the RP 350-yard record in the Grade 3 Jack Brooks Stakes. She finished her 2012 campaign with a tally in the AQHA Members Plus Stakes at Prairie Meadows. BB Valentine Wagon scored in Remington's Prissy Gold Digger Stakes. The filly also placed in 2 other added money events in 2012. Lotta PYC prevailed in the $720,000 Remington Park, Oklahoma bred futurity, and with that win, he became PYC Paint Your Wagon's leading money earner of 2012. PYC Can't Catch Me took the Remington Juvenile Stakes in April. He then became the fastest qualifier for the $1 million Heritage Place futurity. Unfortunately, in the final, the colt was fractious in the gate and was scratched from the race. Progeny of PYC Paint Your Wagon continued to represent well at other Oklahoma tracks last year. Second Painted Sign, a full brother to First Painted Sign, won the OHA Derby on Fair Meadows opening weekend. Holland Candy Salt completed the bookends when she took the Grade 3 Speed Horse Derby on closing day of the FMT meeting. At Will Rogers Downs, PYC Cash opened the meet with a victory in the Don Steele Memorial Stakes. On closing day, Joker on Jack won the $166,000 OHA Mystery Futurity. Now don't think PYC Paint Your Wagon's influence is only here in Oklahoma. His offspring have won races at tracks from Canada to South Texas and from coast to coast.
It's a safe bet that PYC Paint Your Wagon, last year's top money-earning sire, will continue to throw nice runners. Many of them we'll see right here at Remington Park. Back to you.
Thank you, Danielle. PYC Paint Your Wagon definitely having an effect on all of quarter horse racing right now and probably for years to come. We'll take another time out and come back with more here on the Quarter Racing Update.
An official representative for horsemen in the state, the OQHRA administers race, benevolence, and scholarship programs, all to better the state of racing in the state of Oklahoma. Visit OQHRA.com.
Somewhere there's music, I'll faint the tune. Somewhere there's heaven, how high the moon. There is no moon above when love is far away till it comes true. That you love me as I love you. Somewhere there's music, I'm there and far.
Welcome back to the Quarter Racing Update here at Remington Park. I'm Dale Day. Time now to take a look at our featured Oklahoma Bred of the Week from the past week of activity here at Remington Park. The Oklahoma Bred of the Week is Stone Cottrell. Stone Cottrell was a winner of a $20,000 claiming event on March 30th this past Saturday. Bred by Debbie Riddle and owned by Terry Riddle of McAllister, Oklahoma, Stone Cottrell finished 330 yards in 16.594 seconds. That was earning him, or good for, a 97 speed index. And Stone Cottrell, a son of Chiseled in Stone and Rainbow Riches by the Rainbow Rangers. Stone Cottrell, the Oklahoma Bred of the Week. Jorge Torres was in the saddle for trainer Stacy Charette Hill. Oklahoma Bred of the Week, Stone Cottrell. Now we've got another stakes race coming up this weekend at Remington Park, in addition to the Pauls Valley around the turn on Sunday afternoon. Saturday night, after trials for the Remington Park Futurity, trials night number 2, we will host the Mr. Jetmore Stakes. That one is for Oklahoma breds and a very tough field of state-bred runners in this race as well, including many past stakes winners like Priceless Feature. And Priceless Feature was actually entered into last week's Leo Stakes, but taken out of that race and using the Mr. Jetmore for his comeback race and debut race of 2013. Priceless Feature was a winner last year in the Heritage Place Derby with the venerable Roy Brooks up. Overall, an earner of more than $375,000. Priceless Feature will be one tough cookie in the Mr. Jetmore coming up on Saturday evening. But there will be others already proven this season facing Priceless Feature in the race, including Fast Prize Jordan, already a stakes winner this season. Fast Prize Jordan, a winner of the Mighty Deck 3 handicap here on opening weekend. Fast Prize Jordan won that race by a widening 3/4 of a length on the opening Sunday, March 10th, under jockey G.R. Carter, who will have the call once again in the Mr. Jetmore coming up on Saturday night. And Fast Prize Jordan defeated, among others in that race, Cruisin' the Wagon, who came back to run second last week in the Decketta Stakes for the females. So Fast Prize Jordan, another one to take a look at, including Wagons West was another. The Fast Prize Jordan finished ahead of, or actually competed on the same card, getting my races confused. Wagons West ran on opening weekend in Stakes Company. in the Mighty Deck 3 handicap, then managed to come back and compete in a maiden event a week or so later. Wagons West now coming back in against Oklahoma Breds on Saturday night in the Mr. Jetmore Stakes. Painted Lies, one more to take a look at in the lineup for the Mr. Jetmore on Saturday evening. Painted Lies on March 21st managed to get second, beaten only in neck in an optional claiming event. And Painted Lies will try to better that effort from 2 weeks ago. Painted Lies will have Cody Smith up. Amber Blair conditions, and Painted Lies was right there competing all the way. Was second in mid-race by only a head and managed to hold second, beaten only in neck. Tried to battle for the win, but could not get past the Sunday Assassin to gain victory in that optional claiming event on March 21st. Painted Lies, another to keep an eye on in the Mr. Jetmore on Saturday night. That stakes race for Oklahoma Breds takes place after 9 more trials on night number 2 of trials for the Remington Park Futurity as we continue to qualify runners for that $720,000 event later on in April. So the Mr. Jetmore on Saturday evening for Oklahoma Breds after 2-year-old stakes race qualifying for the Remington Park Futurity for the Oklahoma Breds prior to that in the card. We'll take another timeout and come back with more in just a moment here on the Quarter Racing Update.
Quarter Racing Update Remington Park is brought to you by the Oklahoma Quarter Horse Racing Association, Speed Horse Magazine, Juniors of Oklahoma City, by Racing Free, and by Oklahoma Equine Hospital.
Somewhere there's music, I'll faint the tune. Somewhere there's heaven, how high the moon. There is no moon above when love's far away till it comes true. That you love me as I love you. Somewhere there's music, I'm near and far.
An official representative for horsemen in the state, the OQHRA administers race, benevolence, and scholarship programs, all to better the state of racing in the state of Oklahoma. Visit OQHRA.com.
A $15,000 sale purchase, Shoot Yeah would earn his keep by running out more than $300,000 on the track. Born in 1985, Shoot Yeah was by Easy Jet out of the Alamitos Bar mare Tiny Lamb. He would go on to win 7 times from 13 trips to the post for his owner, Lise Gullickson. Trained by Jack Brooks, Shoot Yeah was the fastest qualifier for the Sun Country Futurity at Sunland Park. In the final, he broke alertly and never looked back under Jackie Martin, winning the 350-yard event with a time of 17.76 seconds. In his trial for the Kansas Futurity, Shoot Yeah ran second to Dash for Speed. In the final, though, he turned the tables and put daylight on the eventual world champion, one of only 2 times that she would be defeated at Ruidoso. Opting to skip the rainbow, Shoot Yeah won both trials to the All-American by a combined margin of just under 10 lengths. He set the fastest mark of all qualifiers for the event, but was forced to scratch due to an injury. Named Champion Colt of 1987, Shoot Yeah is remembered today as one of history's fastest athletes. History's Fastest Athletes is sponsored by and produced in conjunction with Speed Horse Magazine.
Speed Horse Magazine, the industry's most widely read and respected magazine. Complete coverage of quarter horse racing and industry events. Sponsor of the Speed Horse Race Series. Visit speedhorse.com.
Now, a lot happening here at Remington Park as we move towards the end of the season on June 2nd. We're just really getting started now into April. Plenty of stakes racing opportunities for you to witness. Great promotional activities coming up with the Extreme Racing Day presented by the Oklahoma Quarter Horse Racing Association on April 28th. And then, of course, the $1 Million Heritage Place Futurity on the final weekend of the season, June 1st. Prior to that, though, you have a unique opportunity to go behind the scenes here at Remington Park. On May 19th, you can experience the thrill, the speed, and the passion of quarter horse racing, as the OQHRA will take you behind the scenes with an experience that they present each and every year. The 2013 OQHRA Racing Experience at Remington Park will introduce you to many aspects of the industry while you learn from the experts in the business. In the meantime, visit many areas of the racetrack that fans don't normally get to see, including the starting gate, the jockeys' quarters, the photo finish area upstairs where they produce the computerized photo finish, the test barn, and many more areas that fans just don't get to go to. So you can learn how the racing show gets put on, in addition to what the trainers have to do each and every day, all day long, to get those horses ready to go here at Remington Park. You can download your application for the 2013 OQHRA Racing Experience at OQHRA.com. That's the OQHRA Racing Experience. Just go to OQHRA.com and download that application. That's about going to do it. Just a reminder of the major things going on racing-wise this weekend. Of course, on Saturday evening, the Mr. Jetmore Stakes, that one for Oklahoma breds, Priceless Feature. We'll go postward in that. First race for Priceless Feature 2013, trying to make it 11 of his last 12 races in the money. Priceless Feature, an astoundingly consistent runner and winner of the Heritage Place Derby a year ago here at Remington Park. And then, as we noted at the top of the hour, the distance runners get their first stakes race of the season around the turn in the 870-yard, $50,000 Grade 3 Paul's Valley Handicap. That's on Sunday afternoon after we run trials for the Remington Park Derby. In that, DePassimoke will be the even money morning line favorite. DePassimoke, a two-time AQHA distance champion. He'll be back to try to take the Paul's Valley Handicap for yet another year. That's on Sunday afternoon. First race on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, normally at 6 p.m. Sunday afternoon racing at Remington Park is at 1:30. Come on out and enjoy the world's fastest athletes as the weather is cleared and the track will be fast and the temperature's warm after 3 days of racing. Much needed rain, I should say, racing. We have that all the time. We needed the rain. We got the rain this week here in Oklahoma City and throughout Oklahoma, so we were appreciative of that as well. So come on out and enjoy Remington Park's action here, and with the quarter racing update. For all involved at Remington Park, I'm Dale Day.
Somewhere there's music, I'll faint the tune. Somewhere there's heaven, how high the moon. There is no moon above when love's far away too, till it comes true that you love me as I love you. Somewhere there's music, I'm near and far.
An official representative for horsemen in the state, the OQHRA administers race, benevolence, and scholarship programs, all to better the state of racing in the state of Oklahoma. Visit OQHRA.com.